and our weekly video segment to take you into the back shelves of your local video store, back where it says horror videos, and where kids are devouring some awful films that we call the video nasties.
Are you freebasing? Inquiring minds want to know.
I have to break free from this culture of mechanical reproductions and the thick incrustations dying on the surface.
Fuck the prime time, bitch!
Long live the new flesh.
The pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite. As for our deaths, come with me and be immortal.
We have such sights to show you.
Gotta return some videotapes.
Hello, chilly horror hounds, and welcome to the It's Lays podcast. I'm your humble host, Rowan.
I'm your cardboard with tomato sauce, Mike.
Chilly horror hounds, it's Colton.
Sounds like a soup. It's chill. Or it's chill.
Oh, shit.
Oh. I quit.
And we are back. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just going to say chili hounds, but then I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, what kind of chili is it? I don't know. So I felt like I'm just justifying nothing here. So I don't even know why I'm saying anything. But we are back. And we're not anyone-less this episode. Mike's come back from his little hissy fit, I guess, that he was just scared of the war that was going to be caused. I'm sure he didn't go back and listen to the episode. All the shots Colton fired, he was ready.
Oh, I heard. Don't you worry. I got that ding on my phone, and I just, I went to town on it.
So I can't wait to get Mike's opinion on Jennifer Lawrence's new movie.
Oh, God.
But yes, it's that season. So let's just get into it. So you know where we're going to start. What have we been consuming? What have we been watching? What have we been listening to? What have we been reading? All that good stuff. Mike, let's start with you because you left us last episode.
Oh my God, I did. You're right. I abandoned you. I apologize. I'll never do it again.
You abandoned us like a ski park worker.
Okay, listen, that was an honest mistake on his part, okay? He was getting either in shit or being told that he had to work on a bachelor party, which is way more important than some random college kids
He's the best
who are in their
man.
30s lives. What have I been doing since then? I don't even know. I feel like it was 2 years ago. I suppose I watched a few movies.
He's pulling up the letterbox.
Let me pull up the letterbox. Refresh my memory. Last time we spoke, did I watch the Ginger Snaps re-release they did?
I'm pretty sure.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I saw Ginger Snaps.
I mean, we probably all know what you think about Ginger Snaps anyways, right? Like, we've covered
Well,
it.
it's just funny because, I just want to brag that, they had an anniversary screening actually in our city, and the writer of Ginger Snaps was there and watched it and did a Q&A. And she said it's the first time she's watched the movie in full in 20 years. So that was really cool.
Special. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I've gone to a few festivals
tough movie
and
to
stuff.
watch, so I understand.
Well, yeah, because she said the ending is very upsetting to her.
It's upsetting to me as well.
Well, listen,
God.
yeah, I know. You're
all right, I'll let you have your
women.
moment. I'm sorry.
Women.
Mute this man.
No, but it was nice because she said that she doesn't do festivals or anything very often, but she's gone to a couple over the years, and she never stays for the entire movie because she doesn't like the ending. Not she doesn't like it, she just gets upset by it and finds it emotionally fraught for her. So I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, we got her. We got her. And obviously I watched Die My Love, new Jennifer Lawrence, which is a banger. People who disagree have no taste and hate women. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Although, am I?
Shots fired.
No, it's so good. Oh my God. It was just go see my Letterboxd review because I won't reiterate it, but...
Isn't your Letterboxd review this movie's for people with fat pussies and I won't elaborate or something?
Well, yes.
Is that actually... Is that a list?
Well, would you like me to read it out for you? He kind of mangled the wording, but...
Oh, all right.
Yeah, please.
This is a fat pussy movie. I won't be taking questions.
Okay, all right. I was a little bit more verbose.
But that is the gist. This movie is fat pussy movie.
What does that mean, though?
I won't
He's not
take
taking
questions.
any questions.
Yeah, jeez.
But I have so many.
I know, and I'm purposely cutting that off before it starts.
We need Jill and Rowan to watch Die My Love. We need you guys to weigh
Okay,
in.
I like Jennifer Lawrence.
So do I. So
She's great.
It literally took me like 15 minutes to realize that her co-star, I was like, oh, who's this dude? And I was like, oh, it's Robert Pattinson.
Damn.
All I cared about was that her and Sissy Spacek were in it. So that was my rare go to the theaters to see a new movie, which, as we all know, literally never happens. But I had to make sure I went to that like opening night.
It's like quarterly
Actually-
you go to a movie.
Yeah, quarterly. It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I try to do it every few weeks, but it ends up being like every couple months. Let's face it.
I heard he plans it out. It's whatever movie he hears Colton really hates, and he goes supports it.
Man, Mike gave that movie a super favorable review, and I'm a fan of Lynn Ramsey. Like, I liked You Were Never Really Here. I like one of her early movies, Ratcatcher. And I do like Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. I didn't go into the movie hating it. I was just, I was very disappointed.
I mean, it wasn't for you.
It's
Obviously,
okay.
we
That's
kn- we-
like the-
obviously
that's
we know
like-
what size your pussy is, so and it's not.
Not fat.
It's not fat enough, no.
Yeah,
Shame.
I mean, listen, it's a critical measurement for
I'm
certain
Googling
types of
it.
movies. Yeah, that I made up, so you can Google it. But you're probably
Jill
just
is
going to get my
furiously
letterbox
Googling
review.
what is fat pussy movies right now.
Literally, yes.
I don't even want to see Jill's search history first of all.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
It probably says she searched it before.
Just
At
last
like
night.
3 a.m. when she's like just stoned out of her gourd. Fat pussy film. What is Reddit? Fat pussy film Reddit.
Can you give
Yeah,
me another like fat pussy film just so I can get a reference?
Oh God. Okay, hang on. Let me.
Cool.
I have another fat pussy film, and I'll tell you what it is in 1 minute.
Okay.
Because I'm going to talk about it.
Sick.
Okay, so I also watched one that I was actually very surprised about, and it's a very like mainstream action movie that normally I would not have been caught dead watching, especially
Top
since
Gun
it stars
Maverick.
someone. No, but you're close.
Oh,
You're
really?
actually close.
Okay.
It was The Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh,
which
shit.
also
Okay.
stars Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
as you know, I'm not a Tom Cruise fan, so I'm like anything with him in action, I was just like, I can't do it anymore. But my friend who knows me very well, like he's one of my dearest, closest friends, we were watching another movie like a few weeks ago, and he's like, I watched this. I know you're thinking that like you would not enjoy it, but like we need to watch it. Like I really think you're gonna like it. And I was like, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna enjoy it anyway. And then a couple weeks ago, I went over to his house and we cracked open a bottle of wine and put this movie on, and I fucking loved it.
Nice.
I was like, Tom Cruise kind of takes the piss out of himself a little bit. And I do love those movies where it's like Groundhog Day situations, and they just like repeat the same day over and over. I don't know why I'm a sucker for that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I feel like we as a society just getting stuck in the cogs of
Or hamsters
capitalism
in the wheel.
do that every day anyway. And it's like,
Hashtag
yeah, so Edge of
relatable.
Tomorrow, Groundhog Day, like sci-fi. It's almost like Groundhog Day meets Starship Troopers, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, mostly because of Emily Blunt and
Movie's
her
awesome.
beautiful arms. Yeah, it's just a great film. I gotta say, like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So color me shocked. And okay, so another one I watched, and this is a fat pussy movie. I have been waiting for this for months, and it took me weeks to actually get it, but they put out a brand new restoration and a limited edition 4K package of one of my favorite movies of all time. And it is The Masterpiece from 1981, The Greatest Year of Life, Ms. 45 by Abel Ferrara, my king, one of the only good male directors. Ms. 45 is a fat pussy movie that is weirdly directed by a man. It's one of the few male-directed fat pussy movies.
Do you understand now, Jill?
No. I think I'm further.
But I will make a list. I'm actually going to do a letterbox list, I think, of fat
Okay.
pussy movies.
That's better.
I like that. I like to hear that even males can direct it. So there's hope.
Listen, it's a very select few.
There's hope that Colton's Leprechaun sequel he directs could be added to this list.
Question, is there fat penis movies?
Sort of.
Good question.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're gonna have to do a whole special episode on
Keeping
this.
our minds open.
I'm like, did you ever see Any Given Sunday?
It'll be a Patreon exclusive episode.
Any Given Sunday is a fat penis movie. And if you've seen it, I will not be taking any questions. Or maybe we should call it floppy penis movies. I don't know. Anyway, digression. Yes, so the 4K of Ms. 45 looks absolutely phenomenal. It is truly one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. It is like a stunning kind of like grindhouse rape revenge movie, but it's actually done like very sympathetically, and it's like a mute girl gets attacked at the beginning of the movie twice in one day on her way home from work. It takes place in New York City. You know, the grungy, like, early 80s, late 70s, like, iteration of New York. Mm-hmm. And that kind of, like, breaks her, and she goes on this, like, spree where she just goes around shooting men, and she's mute, and it's just, like, her face is just so stunning, and, you know, it's, like, she just carries the whole movie on her face, and, like, her whole, like, character arc is just, like, through her expressions and her like fashion. It's fucking beautiful. Like, everybody needs to watch it. Even if you don't get the like beautiful new restoration that they put out, I think it's available on like Tubi and probably Shudder and a lot of other things, because it's, as cult classics go, like it's very well known and well regarded. So I feel like a lot of people carry it on their streaming services. Another great film that I rewatched recently, well, friend of the show and, you know, frequent guest Willow, she was on Turner Classic Movies the week before last doing a programming block, and she was interviewed by the smoking hot host Dave Karger, I believe is his name. Anyway, so she did a block of films that include Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, and that one is a Robert Altman film. Of course, you know, it's kind of also a cult classic. It's got like Cher and Karen Black and a bunch of other people in it. Oh my God, it was probably, I think it might have been Kathy Bates's first film, actually.
Oh, really?
And yeah, she's like a little baby. Actually, she's quite old in it, but she looks like she's 40, but I feel like she came out of the womb looking like she was 40.
Agreed.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Like, I imagine a 5-year-old Kathy Bates just looking like, you know, she's gonna go vote. You know? Or like open up a fucking checking account somewhere, like. But it's wonderful. It's this like beautiful theatrical adaptation. So it kind of all takes place in like one room essentially, and it's really talky, but it's just these women who were in a James Dean fan club, and then they come back and reunite at the Five and Dime where they used to gather 20 years after his death, and, you know, all their old grudges and secrets and stuff come up, and it's like an absolutely wonderful, like almost totally female character study. The one dude in it is played by Mark Patton from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, who we love. So definitely check that out for the like Nightmare on Elm Street connection. And that night also, she programmed Some of My Best Friends Are, which I had never heard of before, and obviously I'd never seen. And it's an old, like, just barely post-Stonewall movie that takes place. It's like one of these, like, huge ensemble pieces. It takes place at, like, a gay bar over the course of one night. And it's very, like, it was released in 1971, and I think they filmed it in 1969. And it's, like, so of its time. And it stars Candy Darling, of course, the, you know, famous Warhol muse. And it's just sort of about the, like, you know, it's also very talky and kind of, like, theatrical, because I believe the director was also a playwright, or he acted in plays a lot. Anyway, it's very much, like, character study of, like, kind of desperate people at a gay bar, like the hustlers and the lesbians. Rue McClanahan is in it, a little baby Rue McClanahan. God love her. She's eating up the scenery. It was actually a really beautiful movie and completely devastating. It's just sort of like this cool like ensemble piece for a while, where it's just everybody's kind of like trying to hook up with each other and shit, and then all of a sudden this like one thing happens, and it like totally changes the tone of the film and turns it like really dark, and it is fucking excellent. I want to say I recommend people watch it, and I do, but apparently it's extremely difficult to find. Amazon owns it, and there's like no disc. You can't buy it on Apple TV. I don't know how Turner Classic Movies got it, but they did. So Yeah, if you can get your hands on that, certainly do it. And I'll just run down a couple more. So Udo Kier, famous, also Warhol actor, passed away like a week ago, maybe not even 6 days or a week.
Sounds about
something
right.
like that. Yeah. And it's so funny because I mentioned it to a couple of people who are into movies and they're younger at work, and they were like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, you young green spring children." He has been in at least 300 movies. He's been in, the first thing I watched when he died was Madonna's Deeper and Deeper video, because he's in that. I was like, he's in music videos. He's been in a Gwen Stefani video. He's been in Warhol. He's been in like the most random ass
Blade,
indie, weird Euro shit. What did you say?
I said Blade.
Blade, exactly. But he's also in like weird, random, like super blockbuster movies too. And it's like, oh God, he's such a king. Anyway, the night that he died, I was like, I need to watch one of his films. And after debating, I figured one of his Warhol produced Paul Morrissey films would be ideal. So stuck on Flesh for Frankenstein, which would actually be really good for this podcast. It's like a horny, low budget, of course, Warhol aesthetic take on Frankenstein. It also stars Joe D'Alessandro, who was in a lot of, those kind of like zero budget Warhol movies back in the day. But he's also been in like some John Waters movies because he's like such a huge cult like gay figure, essentially, even though he's a straight man. Flesh for Frankenstein is excellent. I think it's on the Criterion Channel, but I know they've put out a release of it in the past. There's a really good looking 4K too that I desperately need to get my hands on. But yeah, if you want to like watch an Udo Kier movie to kind of like celebrate his life and career, that or the companion piece Blood, because he did Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula, they're both fucking excellent. Check them out. And the last one that I'll talk about is one that kind of like gooped and gagged me. I watched it like 4 days ago, I think. And I don't know if anybody has seen, oh my God, what movies did they do? So it's this insane French duo. They did Amer, The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears, and one a couple years ago called Let the Corpses Tan.
Oh, I know of that one, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's Helene Catet and Bruno Forzani. They do like really, really like stunning, hyper stylized like deconstructions of genre films. So like Amer was Giallo, which was how I found out about them. And I haven't seen Let the Corpses Tan yet, but so they just put one out. It's actually not out on streaming in North America yet, but it's premiering on Shudder in like 3 or 4 days. I managed to get my hands on a like French copy of it. And the new one is called Reflection in a Dead Eye. And when I tell you, so what it is essentially is a deconstruction of kind of vaguely Bond movies, but like more so European spy movies of like the 60s and 70s. So like the really schlocky stuff. Like there's elements of like kind of Bond spy type movies in it, but it is absolutely fucking insane. Like, the like Maxell logo where it's like the guy sitting back in the chair and he's like being like blown away by something.
Yeah.
That was me the whole time I was watching this. I like literally was drooling. It is stunning. It is beautiful, extremely stylish. Colton will hate it.
Oh, damn.
Good. Okay.
Because it's really flashy. It's extremely beautiful. It's because it's like more of a deconstruction. The plot is like obtuse and kind of really fragmented and all over the place. And it's not like logical and linear. Like you don't just like follow a plot. That's not what it is. So yeah, you would hate it, but like, no, but listen, please, it's true. I was literally like thinking as soon as I finished it, I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell everybody about it. And I was like, I kind of want Colton to watch it just to get his opinion, but I really think he would.
I wouldn't understand it anyway.
Yeah,
so I'll skip.
You're so simple, Colton.
Yeah,
not linear enough.
I'll stick to my Predator Badlands or whatever else fuck I watch.
Did you see that?
I did. I'll talk about it in a couple of minutes.
Because I actually desperately want to see it. Yeah, it was beautiful, stylish, wonderful. I recommend it when it comes out. Well, by the time this episode comes out, it'll already be out on Shudder. So if you like obtuse, hyper stylish movies, definitely check that out because it's like jaw on the floor.
If you're not a fucking idiot like Colton,
if you're not a
like
fucking idiot. Listen, we always get in arguments about that type of plot. And it's literally the type of plot that I know he fucking hates.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
it might be fair.
Like, I'm legitimately not dragging him. I'm like, I literally know he would fucking hate it because it's true. Okay, that's pretty much it. I've seen some other stuff, but it's not even worth bringing up, really. Colton, what about you? Badlands.
All right,
Predator.
let's talk about some good movies like Predator Badlands. No, but really, the past couple of weeks, I haven't really seen anything that great. I rewatched One Battle After Another yesterday, and that movie's excellent. But in terms
I still haven't seen it. God damn it!
You gotta see it. Yeah. It's available.
Did you see it in theaters? Or
I
digital?
did. Yeah, I saw it in IMAX when it came out, and that was excellent. Specifically, some sequences near the end that I won't spoil. But now it's on VOD, so you can get access to it. You know where to look. So yeah, you should check it out when you can. But in terms of what I saw in the theaters recently that I enjoyed, truly the best thing I saw was Predator Badlands, which isn't a great movie. It's a good episode of The Mandalorian, essentially. And I'm a fan of Dan Trachtenberg's style of directing. Like, I really like, 10 Cloverfield Lane? That's probably like a decade ago. I thought that movie
Oh my
was great.
God, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so he directed 10
That
Cloverfield.
was such a good movie.
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then I think he did Prey a couple years ago, and now he did Predator Badlands. And Predator Badlands is not like a horror movie at all. It's pretty much like a sci-fi fantasy kind of journey where essentially it's like a young predator going on a journey to kill this big creature to prove his worth to his clan and to his father. And the whole time he has half a Elle Fanning on his back who's like an android from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. And we're I guess we're building up to an Alien versus Predator.
I was going to say, isn't that the Alien company?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I watched it. I thought it was good for what it was. It was enjoyable. It was well shot. It had some fun action sequences. There's some cool stuff they do with like androids, and the big creature is a lot of fun in the movie, I thought. Rowan, did you talk about this on the show already? Because I know you texted me and you hated it.
Yeah, I think I briefly talked. I was hard on it. It wasn't the kind of Predator movie I love.
No.
It's acceptable for what it is. It's just, it wasn't, it didn't have like Arnold Schwarzenegger just blasting machine guns at predators.
It's a PG-13 Predator movie with a bunch of action that feels literally like an episode of like The Mandalorian or something that's, almost 2 hours long. So
wait, does Disney own Predator now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the sort of thing where they own the 20th Century Fox brands. So it's still like into this like 20th Century Studios. Like, it doesn't have like the Disney logo when it starts up or anything. But it
is a couple
it's a
degrees
subsidiary
of separation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. And so is Alien. Both of them are. So yeah, it felt kind of like a blockbuster movie, but I thought it was better than a lot of the shitty blockbuster movies I've seen this year. Speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the other thing I checked out was The Running Man. Not the Schwarzenegger one. I checked that out for last episode. I checked out the new one, directed by Edgar Wright and starring Glenn Powell, who usually I think is very charismatic. He's charming. He's easy to like. A lot of people are saying that they're basically positioning him as the new Tom Cruise without the Scientology. So I was looking forward to this movie, and for whatever reason, they have him playing completely against type the entire movie. He's like a boring everyman who they take all of the like over-the-top, campy, silly fights from the other ones, and it's essentially Glenn Powell running through just a drab, futuristic world from like pocket of civilization to pocket of civilization, while stressing that everyone's out to get him and going to kill him, but everyone he runs into is nice and just helps him out. And there's also very little running in the movie, which is a stupid complaint, but Edgar Wright knows how to direct action. Like, Scott Pilgrim is great. I love the car chases and stuff in Baby Driver, even though like half the cast of that movie's canceled now. And I was expecting this Running Man movie to basically be like perfectly satirical and funny and action packed. And it's essentially like a shittier version of, what was that Ryan Gosling movie where he plays the stuntman from like a year?
Fall Guy.
Oh, the Fall Guy.
It was like a shittier version of The Fall Guy from a couple years ago. And basically, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty much bored the entire time. The movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. There's very few action sequences. I don't even think he starts like the Running Man competition until like 45 minutes in the movie. So it's a slog. I don't know. Like, I didn't like Last Night in Soho a few years ago either. I know that one's a little bit more, some people like it for like its giallo influences and whatnot. But for me, these last two Edgar Wright movies have been a bit of a miss. And this one's like a bad miss, like, like not a good blockbuster action movie at all. So I'm not really sure who he was going for, like what he was going for here, or like what audience he was directing this for, because I think people that like your basic action blockbuster would be bored to tears in this, and it just doesn't have like that energy and dynamism of like a regular Edgar Wright movie. So I was very, very disappointed by it. The Schwarzenegger one looks like a masterpiece compared to it, and that movie is like, it's kind of garbage, but in like the fun way. This movie is just garbage in a boring way, so it's not even worth watching, I wouldn't even say, for most people. Speaking of garbage, I also saw the new Wicked movie, which listen, I'm a Wicked defender. I liked Wicked Part 1. I thought I was completely unfamiliar with the source material. I didn't know where things were going. And in Wicked for Good, it's just a lot of nonsense. It's basically where the first one kind of really focused on the characters, and specifically the good witch, what is it, Glinda and Elphaba, like, focusing on kind of like their characters, their friendship, kind of this natural conflict arising because they're kind of from different worlds. This next one just kind of jumps around from plot point to plot point without spending any time on the characters whatsoever. So it just feels like a bunch of scenes of things happening, but with like none of the weight or dramatic heft that it should have to it, because it's like time has passed. We don't know where these characters are. Everybody's in different roles. It winds up becoming like a backdoor prequel to The Wizard of Oz, where it's kind of basically being, oh, the Tin Man? Well, this is why he was in the last movie, and now there's all this depth to the Tin Man when you go watch Wizard of Oz now, or The Scarecrow. And worst of all, it's a musical, and I think all the music sucks in it. I think it's all bad. Even the like titular track For Good, it's kind of like of the caliber of like a middling song from the first one. It's a very like downbeat, kind of sleepy number that is supposed to like, pull at your heartstrings, but you don't really care about the characters by that point in the movie. So it just doesn't really work. And yeah, it's just some of the weird ass revelations like in the third act are just, it's like a bridge too far for me. So I basically like hated almost everything I saw in it, other than purely like Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's performances as just like actors and like obviously being skilled singers. But like what they were given, I just thought was pretty bad. Oh, and Michelle Yeoh, like, listen, I love Everything Everywhere All at Once. She is downright awful. Awful in this movie. And whenever she sings, like someone should be putting like a hand over her mouth. She's terrible. I couldn't get over just how bad she was in this movie. So yeah.
Wait, was she also in the first one?
She is. And she's basically like this witch. I think she helps give Elphaba like her confidence, or maybe even some of her magic, that sort of thing, like kind of makes her attuned to her powers. So, but in this one, she's kind of like in the background pulling the strings, trying to make some evil things happen. So she only ever chimes in for like a stanza or two in a song, and it's always really bad whenever she does. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking. I thought it was a big miss. I really didn't enjoy it. So yeah, the couple of people I went to see it with also didn't enjoy it, and they liked the original Wicked as well. So, and some of them even like the whole stage show. It's just, what I saw was bad. It's not good. I wouldn't recommend it either. And then my stepdad and former horror hound, Carvey, was in town.
Former.
I don't know why he's no longer a horror hound. It's probably one too many Mike picks.
Refer to him now.
Yeah, he was in town, so obviously he wanted to see Predator Badlands, which was one of the reasons we went. But he also wanted to see the new Sisu movie, Sisu Road to Revenge.
That yet. I love the first one.
So I hadn't seen the first one.
What is that?
I'll get into it.
Okay.
So I hadn't seen the first Sisu, so I basically had to do a Sisu double feature.
Hell yeah.
And Sisu is basically an ultra-violent, kind of like slapsticky, gory, very simplistic action movie, more or less. It's basically, he's a Finnish soldier who he has murdered 300 confirmed Russians or whatever, and he's just minding his own business. In the first movie, he's kind of milling about gold mining, panning for gold. And as he gets a little bit of gold, he's on this road with his horse and his dog all by his lonesome and comes across a pack of Nazis, a group of Nazis, kind of like set in like 1946-ish. So basically they don't leave him alone and they come for his gold, and he just murders them all in increasingly like hilarious over-the-top fashion for like an hour and a half, and then the movie ends. it's basically what it is. He's a silent protagonist all the way like up until basically the last 30 seconds of the movie. He'll have like one line of dialogue and then it'll end. And yeah, it's just kind of like an entertaining, stupid action movie with a bunch of gore.
It's like very like Tarantino-ish. I did see that Tarantino said he really liked the first one. I didn't see if he said anything about the second one, but it's got that kind of like funny vengeance feel.
Yeah, it's like if you just want to see almost like baseless violence that's so over the top that you can't help but laugh at it, these are good movies for it. And then also obviously the fact that it's all this violence is being dished out on Nazis. It's, you know, it's great. So this second one, Sisu Road to Revenge, he's no longer slaughtering Nazis, he's slaughtering Russians, and the movie kind of becomes like a Mad Max Fury Road, but Sisu. The plot of the movie is he goes back to his homeland and he wants to literally move his house that he built. So he deconstructs it, takes all the lumber, puts it on his truck, and he's like, I'm going to drive it to my new land, my new home. And as he's doing it, a man from his past gets out of prison, and his sole goal is to chase him down and murder Sisu.
This sounds so fire.
So it is literally like discount Mad Max Fury Road for probably the first 40 minutes of just various people trying to catch up to him and him killing them in crazy ways. There's a part with a tank that breaks all of the laws of physics, and it is fucking hilarious. And there was only like 5 or 6 of us in the theater, but we all like, you know, burst out laughing, like cheering at this really stupid moment. Somehow he manages to take out planes when he's just a man with a truck with a load of lumber. It's a ridiculous movie that by the end of the third act, he is on a train with a nuclear missile on it, and he literally rides the missile at one point, and it's a sight to behold. It's insane. So I think if you like the first Sisu, you will like the new Sisu as well, Road to Revenge, because it basically just has a bunch more carnage, but also a slightly higher budget, so you get more explosions, more complicated action scenes. And yeah, it was a good time at the theater. It's still really stupid, but it's fun. Like, it's a good way to spend 90 minutes and just kind of turn your brain off.
I don't know if you ever saw it, Mike, but did you ever see the movie Rare Exports? It's like a Christmas horror movie. Same guy that makes Sisu made Rare Exports.
Oh. Yeah. I saw that Stephen Lang was in it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so he in the sequel, he's the one that essentially he's put in this prison, and he gets out of prison. He's the big bad of the second movie. He's basically his sole purpose is to chase down and kill Sisu for the Russian government, and if he does it, he'll be given his freedom. Is essentially that character's major order, and essentially they also have this history, obviously, between the two of them. So anyways, it's a goofy, ultra-violent action movie that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I thought they were both all right. I enjoyed both of them for what they were, you know. Jill, what have you been watching? What have you been consuming? Probably not Sisu, I would assume.
Not Sisu. Not really my type of movie. Shocker.
Missing out.
I'm good. I honestly haven't been watching a lot. I think I have like 3 things to talk about. So the first thing that I watched is a rewatch of Thanksgiving, because it was just Thanksgiving here in the US, and it was my pick on Straight Jacket Talk. So if you're interested in hearing more about what I have to say about Thanksgiving, you can go check that out. But I still think Thanksgiving is a holiday classic. I really love it. I love the concept, the gore, and the camp of it all. And yeah, I just think it's a fun time. So nice little rewatch.
I'm a little disappointed that the sequel's not out yet. I thought that was like fast-tracked into production or something. That was all the word around it.
I saw just like this week that he announced they haven't even done anything. He said they're going to start shooting it next year.
Damn.
Okay, so maybe this time next year for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Then it might
That'd
be
be
out.
cool.
We'll see.
Can't take
And
that
it took a really long time to make the first one, so kind of on brand.
Yeah,
for
I mean, the
that.
trailer came out in like 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of the other movies like Machete and stuff were out like within 2 years of Grindhouse. So interesting.
I think maybe why Thanksgiving 2 isn't out yet is that he released Borderlands after Thanksgiving because that was stuck in development hell for years. And from what I've heard, this is not a very good movie. So he might be on the director jail for now. We'll see.
Borderlands? No, it was dog trash.
Borderlands is one of my favorite video game series of all time, and I will absolutely not touch that with like a 50-foot pole.
That is so sad. It's always the video game movies that get like ruined. Except for Warcraft.
Guys, the Minecraft movie.
Warcraft was a banger. I still haven't seen that either. Anyways, I'll have to check it out and see. The second thing I watched was Good Boy. Not the current new Good Boy.
Oh.
It's Good Boy from 2022, which is a Norwegian horror movie. And it's about a millionaire heir who meets a girl on a dating app. And then she learns that there's something kind of off about him. He has this guy in his house dressed up like a dog who pretends to be a dog, and she like notices it when they're like about to have sex and stuff, and she stays with him because she's not really sure what's going on and she's kind of scared, and then she learns like the whole sinister situation to it. It was really weird and bleak, but it was interesting. Like I liked it, but it was really, really fucking weird. I need to watch the new one to get the taste of that one out of my mouth because it was super strange. Like the dog is in a furry suit.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Anyways, last thing I watched was Slither. And once I logged it on Letterboxd, Rowan texted me and was like, I forget what you said, but I think you said it was
probably just said like Slither. Hell yeah.
Okay, something like that. Yep. So I remember seeing the cover for Slither at gas stations, like when I was a teenager and trying to find a movie to rent. But I never picked it up for whatever reason. So my friend put it on the other night when we were hanging out. So it was my first time watching it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was fun. It was better than I expected it to be. And not a lot of people on my friend list have logged that one.
It's James Gunn, right?
Yeah.
I was like, some
Strangely
of us
enough.
saw that, when it first came out. So.
I saw that when it came out.
And didn't log it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys need to update your letterbox.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back 25 years and start thinking of every movie I ever saw. I should do that. That's what Exilia did when she first got Letterboxd. I got on there after when I accepted her friend request or whatever. It was just like, gives you the like activity or whatever. And it was just like 75 movies that she logged and rated. And I was like, she's just sitting there now putting in every movie she ever saw. And I fucking love it.
I used to do that too when I worked at the federal government. I was bored. I would just sit there and I'd go through every year. I'd arrange by popularity, and then I would go through basically the first like 300 movies just and click watch if I've seen them. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay, might need to do that. But that's all I've been up to. So Rowan, I wish people could see you right now. Rowan's wearing the like most hideous Michael Myers
it's so good
hat I've ever seen in my life.
After we release the episode, I'll just take a picture of the hat so people can realize how ugly it is.
It's really hard to take you seriously right now.
Best $5
but what have you been up
spent.
to?
I don't know which face to look at.
The worst.
So confusing. So I finished another book that I had to talk about because I really enjoyed it. It's a graphic novel called Everything is Fine. I thought people would be the listeners would be really into this. It's, they've got it, I think there's like 2 or 3 volumes out, but it's originally like a webtoon by a guy named Mike Burchell. And it's a horror comic, but it's like just it's basically like if David Lynch wrote a comic book. It's like this suburban nightmare type thing. Like, I don't even fully know what's going on. I finished volume 1. I don't, like, everyone's wearing bear heads, but I don't think it's their actual head. I think they just wear bear heads. But it's like all the dialogue is very Twin Peaksy, where it's like very surreal and like you don't really know what's going on. It's just like something is off, and it's like suburban couples having dinner parties and all this random stuff, and there's like murder, and I don't even know like I said, I don't know what's going on. There's like they live in a town that might or might not be like some sort of test area, and these people are being controlled somehow, and it's just really, really cool. I love, like, it's great artwork, but it's not like overly complicated. It's like very simplistic artwork, and yeah, I just highly suggest it to anyone. I only did couple rewatches this week. First, I'll shout out, I went to TerraVision last week from when we were recording this, and went and they did a showing of Pet Sematary, which was awesome. I hadn't seen it in a pretty long time, and I always forget, like, it's one of those movies I don't visit very often, and I forget, like, it kind of slaps. I really enjoyed it on the big screen, so that was a good time. Rewatched the newer Naked Gun again, just because it's good, and a buddy of mine hadn't seen it, so we watched that. And then a super heavy rewatch, but it was the first time I ever logged it on Letterboxd, was I rewatched Elephant while I was at work, because I had nothing to do at 2 a.m. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I feel
so
like
you're like, let's put on this movie that has barely any dialogue and is just following the backs of people's heads around for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know it's a pretty, like, I went on Letterboxd because, of course, I saw it when it came out. I own it, on DVD. I bought it when it came out on DVD. And I don't know if I ever even watched the DVD. Like, I still own it, but...
You were like, I've seen it once, that's enough.
It's pretty heavy, and, like, I thought everyone loved this movie, and then I'm on Letterboxd. I saw it was, like, kind of divisive, that, you know, I didn't realize people, like, were totally against it, and I can kind of get it because of the subject matter. Obviously, he put it out, it was basically about Columbine, and I just really, I just thought it was, like, pretty upsetting, like, this watch, not being a teenager, I guess, a fully formed adult, where I like to think, and I was just like, you know, nothing, it's one of those movies, right? Like, nothing happens for most of the movie, but it's just like, just that, like, calm, and, like, it's just so dreadful, like, because you know what the movie's about, like, it's one of those movies, they tell you what it's about at the very beginning, and then you're, like, going back and seeing it from all these different teenagers' perspectives, so you know what it's going to culminate to, and I just think it's really beautifully shot. I mean, Gus Van Sant, I feel like you either like love him or hate him. I'm a big fan of him. Of course, you know, I said it would pair perfectly with like a Larry Clark, like Kids or Ken Park.
Oh my God. You're like,
let's that.
Put on the movies that everybody says they're only going to watch once.
Yeah. But so rewatch that, and that was pretty heavy. And the rest were all first watches. Kind of in that theme, I watched the new HBO documentary called Thoughts and Prayers, which it was interesting. It's not about school shootings. It's actually about the industry around school shootings and safety, and how, because the States has so many school shootings, like, all of these companies have just, like, there's companies that just, like, fully all they do is, like, sell bulletproof glass to schools, and, like, it's just, like, really, it's just nuts. I mean, you know it's going to be nuts. Like, they're interviewing, you know, this guy that trains kids in, like, real scenarios where he walks around with, like, a pellet gun and an electric knife, like plastic knife that shocks them, and it's like kids in like grade 2, and he's just chasing them around a fake school and like killing them and stuff. But he's like, you know, he's going on about like Trump and gun rights and how he loves everything, and then they'll do stuff like, while he's doing that, they'll overlay it with like junior high kids like talking about how they've just realized that like people care more about gun rights than their lives. And it's just like, it's nuts. It's like it's another one of those movies, like maybe my brain's wired different because I'm a father now, but I'm just like, this is like horrifying. And it's insane, right? Like, it's just, you have pieces of shit guys that are talking about like, oh, I love when there's a tragedy because it means my family's going to make a ton of money. And it's just nuts. I feel like kids shouldn't have to buy bulletproof backpacks. That's really my takeaway on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Hot take, very controversial.
Yeah,
but...
hot take there. A lot of documentaries I watched. So I watched Bean Eddie, which is the new Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, there's nothing like, revolutionary about it. It's just kind of him. I mean, he had a hand in making it, so it's very, very him in a positive light. I thought it was kind of funny because, he's really bragging about how he never really got into, like, the drugs or drinking or anything like that. He stayed away. He did also stay away from mentioning anything about all the times he got caught with sex workers and stuff and all that controversy. He didn't bring any of that up, but it was cool to see if you like Eddie Murphy and him just talking about, how hard it was breaking into the industry. And I enjoyed all the stuff about Saturday Night Live. Like, he talked about why he was kind of in a fight with Saturday Night Live for like 30 years and how they made up and all that stuff. So that was pretty good. I also got to check out John Candy, I Like Me, which is the new John Candy documentary, and I really, really like this. John Candy, an actor that I feel like most people like or love when they see him and stuff, but he's kind of right before, like, he would have died when I was really young, like fairly young, so I don't really know much about him, so this was super interesting, and it's always kind of, it's sad that he died so young, but it's always heartwarming to see celebrities that aren't pieces of shit. Like, just a guy that he was totally about, like, if you didn't know, you would think he's very, like, blue collar. He was all about, like, low profile, like living within his means and all that kind of stuff. And he was just, it was cool. Obviously, I teared up a little bit at the end. It was sad listening to his kids talk about him and stuff. And he had, like, crippling anxiety his entire acting career that basically, like, he became a shut-in towards the end of his career, and it was just really sad. I guess on a more like a positive note on that, I checked out When We Went Mad, which is the new documentary out about Mad Magazine and its creation, and I didn't know its downfall. I didn't know they didn't make Mad Magazine anymore. Apparently, they just re-release old issues with new covers, they said. That's what they do now that DC Comics owns them now, and they just stopped. But I wasn't a Mad Magazine kid, so this was kind of interesting. I read the Big 8 Mad Magazine. I was into Cracked when it used to be a magazine.
Big
not a website.
Mad Magazine.
Yeah. So this was super interesting. It's got some, you can tell they made it a while ago and just released it now. Like, one of the main people they talked to is Gilbert Godfrey. But I mean, they have tons of like pretty big interviews in this, because obviously Mad Magazine influenced like so many comedians and stuff. Like they've got Judd Apatow. Basically, the host of the documentary is Quentin Tarantino. And, like, he's just talking about, like, how he didn't think he made it, like, until they actually, like, spoofed one of his movies in Mad Magazine. And it was cool, though. It was just cool to see something about what, a magazine I didn't know much about. And then I'll just say I saw The Woman in Cabin 10 like everyone else. I just watched it at work. It sucked. I didn't really like it. It was pretty, like, boring and predictable. And I mean, I feel like I got, it was the same experience I had when I went to the theater and saw When the Crawdads Sing, and I didn't know what it was about. And then I was like, oh, it's a book that old women like. That
kind of
makes
like
so much
that
sense.
one. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it. Yeah. The Crawdads Sing, not the Woman in Cabin 10. I haven't seen.
Oh
it.
yeah, the Woman in Cabin 10. The Crawdads Sing looks like The Godfather compared to this. This is not good at all. I watched 16 Candles. I'd never seen that before.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so
how?
I it's one I've never seen, so I checked it out. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. One of my favorite hobbies, as always, is to look at these old, really problematic movies and then watch like 17-year-olds on Letterboxd just be like, how is this made? Like, this is a travesty. And I just think it's funny. There's never any consideration, like, at the time it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I don't think it's like it's by far not my favorite John Hughes movie. movie, but, you know, Molly Ringwald is very charming, and
We love her, yeah.
Young Joan and John Cusack in it. Like, the casts are always crazy in those. And then, I the last two I watched, one I won't really say anything. I watched the new Kevin Hart, Acting My Age. It's Kevin Hart. I thought this was better than his last couple. It was pretty funny. I've been waiting for this one. I watched Break last night, right after I watched Frozen, because after
I saw you log this.
So Amazon Prime suggested to me that I watch Break, and I was like, whoa, this cover looks exactly like the movie we're going to discuss tonight. Mm-hmm. And it is a Russian film about people that get stuck in a gondola on New Year's Eve.
Oh my God.
It's dubbed. You can't watch it captioned. It's only terrible English dubbing. The music's terrible in it, like the licensed music, but I'm just gonna say, whoever did the score, I gotta look it up. Like, I'm talking about, like, we're hitting some heavy It Follows synths going on here, where I was like, this kind of slaps. Like, why does this slap so hard? The movie's garbage. It's all CGI. It's like, it's so bad. And it's under horror, but it's not really. It's just people, like, attacking each other in a gondola till, like, one survives, essentially. And then the last thing I'll end with, because this is for my horror hound brethren, Nicholas. I hit X-Files hard. I'm done season 3. I'm now in the season 4. We're back. We're here. I'm just pounding the tape. We're so back. Anyway, we've been talking so much about what we've been watching. Let's get into our episode. It was my pick. So my pick was Frozen from 2010. Why did I pick it? Well, I needed a winter horror movie. And I was trying to decide the mood and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what? We always have fun when we go to, like, the 2000s, the 2010, early 2010s. They're usually wildly inappropriate or something that, like, you know, we just have a good time, and they're always a laugh. And yeah, so I was like, why not? I was on the spot. I needed one, so I picked it. So that's basically why I picked it. So with that, we'll get into the trailer, and we'll be back with the synopsis and first experiences.
Now on DVD and Blu-ray. Abandoned.
No one knows that we're up here.
Alone.
It's Sunday, and they're not open again until Friday.
No hope.
We're gonna die.
Okay, hold on! Somebody help us!
The most chilling film of the year. Frozen. On DVD and Blu-ray October 18th.
Frozen was written and directed by Adam Green, and the story is as follows. 3 skiers stranded on a chairlift in the dead of winter are forced to make life or death decisions as inclement weather encroaches. Will they fall to their deaths, get eaten by wolves, or maybe even piss their pants, all in an effort not to wind up frozen?
So our first experiences, is this our first time seeing it, or did this create a fear of skiing for us? Jill, why don't you let us know if you've seen Frozen before?
I saw the Disney Frozen, and that's the closest I've seen to this movie. Also a banger. So never heard of this. Colton, what about you?
I've heard of it. I seem to remember seeing this. It might be too late for video stores because this is 2010, but for whatever reason, like in my mind's eye, I see it on like DVD. I wonder if this was one that was popular on some sort of streaming service. I know now it's on Tubi, but I mean, like back then, I wonder where would I have seen this? Was it in like the aisles at Walmart? You know, I have no idea. It certainly wasn't like in theaters from what I remember. So yeah, I've never seen this. I'm familiar with it, especially as someone who, like, this time of year, I Google winter horror, or whenever I'm in the mood to write, and then it's like, oh, I should write winter horror. I search up winter horror, and this one always pops up. And yeah, I've never seen it, so this was a first time for me. Mike, have you seen Frozen from 2010 without the singing snowman?
Okay, so funny story. I was familiar with it too, because it's the same thing with you. Like, I feel like it was not only online, but like physically in places. It was sort of not ubiquitous, but it was like fairly frequently kicking around, you know, this time of year. So I like knew about it. And when I put it on today, about 10 minutes in, I was like, I've seen this before.
Oh my God.
I literally did not realize that I had seen it before. I just thought I knew about it because I remembered seeing it all around. Like, I think Colton was right. I think it was like DVDs and stuff. And yeah, as soon as they got on the actual chairlift, I was like, wait a minute, this seems really familiar. And then when one certain thing happened, I went, yeah, I've definitely seen this before. So that was funny. Clearly I repressed the memory of it. Ro, tell me you did not have a recovered memory.
No, so I mean, one of the reasons I picked this was because none of us had logged it in on Letterboxd, and I was like, oh, sweet, like this fun 2010s movie that I don't think anyone's seen. So I haven't seen this. This might be in the running for the movie I have seen most of my life at Value Village. There's always like multiple copies of this movie on DVD. And it's one of those ones that I always have in my hand. And I'm like, I should buy this. I should watch this. And I just never do. Yeah. So I had never seen it. And I just tossed it on. So with that, I don't know. I've got a chairlift for 4 of us. Why don't we jump on and inch on up and open? There's nothing to open. We're just in the wide open mountain space of this movie. Let's talk about Frozen. What a shitty musical, eh? Yeah, just not a great musical.
Overrated a little bit, but it's still good. But it is overrated.
I said before we started recording that I was going to bring up, I was so happy there was a Jaws connection first thing when I booted this movie up. Because I don't know if you guys paid attention in the credits, a Bigger Boat production, and it's obviously a scene from Jaws with the tank floating in the water that says Bigger Boat production or whatever.
And they do talk about the Jaws poster and the naked lady.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Oh, they do. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's where a really good quote comes from. Naked chicks are hot, and that's like the caliber of writing that you get in this wonderful film.
Hell yeah, brother.
What happened there? Were they... I figured you'd have that copywritten, young Colton, when his review for Under the Skin.
Right. Yeah, but there was more men, remember?
The words eluded me. Yeah, last week. I just couldn't verbalize it in such a succinct way as this movie.
Whorehound Holly's dream happened. Exilia watched this with me, and
oh my god.
I just want to let you know, Exilia said immediately right away, within 10 minutes, to tell Holly this definitely wouldn't pass the Bechdel test.
Lol.
She was looking for the return of the Bechdel test, and that's your results. Exilia said it failed within
I don't think
5-10 minutes.
Two women don't even talk to each other in this movie, right?
No.
There's barely two women in it
I was
going
to say, there's 2 women in the movie purely because there's like a will they, won't they for 2 scenes with Shawn Ashmore with no payoff, I guess. But probably not the only plot hole in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, I was like, let's just
we don't have to dig into that too much.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I noticed about it, I will say I knew I was in 2010 just by the soundtrack. Just by
literally my first note was, oh my god, is this a 90s early 2000s movie with this fucking rock song?
Yeah.
Like, it literally is like indie rock band vibes.
Yeah, and I'm quickly looking now because I was like, I don't recognize any. There's no way this was like full out. Like, I'm looking now. No, I don't see anybody here that I recognize. A Nate Calendar Girl and Dirt Mall. Yeah, these are.
Is that the name of the band or the song? Yes.
It was really giving me the feel of when we did American Psycho 2. It was like the same kind of just like nondescript. What's the cheap? It's probably just guys Adam Green, the director, knew or something, and like local punk bands.
Fucking fight you.
What
are you talking about? American Psycho 2 had like 8 fucking iconic indie artists doing their like first songs on it. What are you talking about?
I mean,
yes, there was some nondescript stuff.
The same kind of vibe.
Oh my god. Okay, the vibe, yes.
Listen, Frozen doesn't have William Shatner falling out of a window.
Yes!
It's not even on the same caliber. It's not even close.
They could never get William Shatner for this, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew I was in 2010, though, because I think it only took like 7 to 8 minutes for us to drop an R word in it.
Oh, you gotta slip it in there.
Yeah. That really brought me back.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, to be fair, that could also be a movie made in 2025 because apparently all the youngsters just say that word like it's candy now.
They do.
They just want to be us.
And there's
like
two
we
of
were.
them in One Battle After Another. I watched it yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, they're bringing it back.
I mean, my note
It was a big thing.
My note was dropping the R word like they are the 2025 American president.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Thanksgiving post.
Dropped that in his Thanksgiving post.
Jesus Christ.
Frozen, maybe
Help me.
a big Donald Trump movie.
For me, my first note of this is that this feels like a mid-2000s sex comedy for some reason.
100%.
It does.
And
because they're on vacation.
They're on vacation. It's filmed kind of flatly and boring. There's just two dudes and a girl just talking. They're talking about how she's gonna, seduce the guy to let them up the ski lift and whatnot. They're making inappropriate jokes. I was just like, man, this brings me back. Like, they don't make movies like this anymore.
They really
It's
don't.
a time capsule for sure.
Yeah.
Probably for good reason, but, it's...
I mean, I'm just going to be 100 here on the fact that I just really like the premise. I was like, it's so simple. I was like, there's so many bad decisions in this movie, and just like, I thought it was just funny because it's like, I mean, everything they thought of, like, this would be the worst thing that would happen to you up there. And then it's just like, it kept getting worse and worse. And I was just like, this is the most unluckiest three people on the face of the planet. That it's like, there's a blizzard, but apparently not like a blizzard hard enough for there to be wolves out. And yeah, I had a time with this, guys. I had a time with this.
I have a question, though. It's kind of a scientific question, I guess.
Oh, not David Suzuki.
Get the fuck out of here. Is it possible for there to be a thunderstorm during the winter, during a snowstorm? Is that even possible? Because doesn't it have to be like kind of warm in order to have a thunderstorm? Because there's thunder like rumbling when they like get stuck up there the second time. And it's at night. Do you know what I'm talking about?
AI tells me, yes, thunderstorms can happen in the winter, but they are rare.
No!
And often called thunder snow.
Okay.
They're rare, and they only happen when you get stuck on a ski lift.
Debunked.
Mm-hmm. And you need dramatic music.
I was like very confused at like the relationship between everyone at first. I will say, like, I didn't really understand what's going on. If there's ever been a movie that me and Mike have joked that there's like some sort of like underlying gay lover situation going on here, I don't even know how undercover it is on this.
It's not underlying. My second note is like, oh, he's jealous of his boyfriend's girlfriend.
Oh, Joe is pissed. Joe's just like reading her, just going at her because she's near the man. I didn't recognize her. Obviously the guy who plays Joe he's in like a bunch of shit in the 2000s.
Yeah, he was in Wrong Turn and like a bunch of other stuff.
X-Men is kind of what I was thinking about, yeah.
Oh, wait, which one are you talking? Oh, wait, sorry, I was thinking of the other guy.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah,
the Airbud
I didn't
guy?
recognize at all. Oh, sorry, from what?
Is he an Airbud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy from Airbud.
Yeah.
Airbud and Gossip
Isn't that
Girl.
like his biggest? No, Airbud is like the biggest franchise he's been a part of. Because I remember I was obsessed with Airbud as a kid. I could clock that face anywhere.
I think I watched Airbud 1 and not the other 18 sequels, so I'm not up on my Airbud lore.
Oh,
believe
the
it or
first
not.
one is so good. Anyways.
But yeah, this guy wasn't good enough for me to open up IMDb and see how much of a career he's had, because he was very bad. And
no, but he was also in the Dawn of the Dead remake, which is excellent. Yeah.
Well, that is excellent. But yeah, my second note is, man, this has awful writing and awful acting right off the hop.
It's pretty cheesy, but I think that's like kind of what, going back to those early 2000 movies, like it always had that kind of setup, because the comedies of that time had the same setup, and for some reason it like trickled over into horror.
Mm-hmm.
Like every movie back then had that, like bad, like weird writing, weird acting. It's like weirdly over sexual and like problematic, but
it's also really quippy, but before Marvel quippy. Like it's a different the way they say the quips are different than superhero delivery. It's strange. Like, for example, when they're talking about smoking, and then one of them goes, "Well, statistics don't work on smokers." It's just like, oh, okay, I could see in a couple years' time that would be like delivered in a different fashion, but in this, it's like it's weird. Like it's played for laughs, obviously, but the delivery is a lot more straight.
Yeah, I mean, it just there's no real natural conversations going on in this whatsoever, which I think to me added to the charm of it. I was just like.
Mm-hmm.
They had the premise. They were like, that's all we really need. You guys don't really care what's going on here. I thought it was very interesting because, and not just because I think two of these people were in Final Destination movies. I think her and one of the guys was in the fifth Final Destination movie. But
wasn't the girl
Emma
Bell? I think she was in Final Destination 5, but she's also in season 1 of The Walking Dead. She's Andrea's sister, and she dies like pretty quickly on.
Yeah, well, I think actually in Final Destination 5, I think the guy and the girl are a couple in 5 also.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it was interesting because this had that like Final Destination feel. Obviously, like it doesn't have any of that like kind of supernatural vibe, but it was like you could tell Adam Green like obviously was like influenced by that kind of stuff. I'm kind of curious to see some of his other work. Like, are you guys familiar with Hatchet? Like, I know Hatchet's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the Hatchet movies. I know that's what he's
I
kind
saw
of
the
famous
first one.
for.
Yeah.
So
I thought the first one was kind of fun. I always meant to like it was really kind of stupid and corny, but and like a bit cheap, but it also, from my very distant recollection, it also had like kind of a vibe and an aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I think it was a bit like if Terrifier wasn't as like misogynistic and garbage. Maybe that's kind of the vibe. Like that's where it is in my head. I liked the first one enough that I downloaded the other ones in this series, but I never watched them.
Yeah,
I always said that'll be my like if I'm having a spiral, like mental health spiral, and I don't know what to watch to distract myself, I'd put those on or something.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah,
check
I've never
it
seen
out.
them either. Victor Crowley, which I think is, I don't know if it's like third or fourth or what it is, but it's kind of like when they go back and do the villain origin story, I believe, of the series. Yeah. I remember that one was playing at a horror festival near me when I lived in Toronto, and I believe I bought tickets for it, but I just never made it to the screening. Like, I don't know, something came up, so I never went.
Now that you saw Frozen, you're regretting it, so...
Am I?
It's funny though, because I didn't realize that it was the same guy at first, and I was watching the movie and I was like, is that fucking Kane Hodder? And then when I pulled up the letterbox, I was like, oh, it's the guy who did that, so it is Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder.
God love him. He pulled that fucking favor in as quick as fucking can be.
Yeah, which I didn't even recognize him. I don't know if I've seen him in anything other than Friday the 13th,
with
sequels.
Heavy makeup and mask on.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I didn't realize he was the ski lift operator.
No, he's the plow driver.
The plow guy, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, there you go. I don't know who I'm talking about. When I searched him up, he looked like a gruff, bald guy, and I was like, I think that's the ski lift operator. My bad.
I feel like that describes every man that works at that ski resort that isn't an instructor.
Fair.
No shade.
I thought it was kind of interesting, all these like hirees of the ski resort, just because of ski resorts when they're like portrayed in movies. It's always just like rich, sleazy teenagers working there and like jock guys and stuff. And I was like, this one's just hiring like all just kind of like overweight middle-aged guys. They seem more like carnival operators than ski lift.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, think about it. Like,
I
it's not a very like lucrative job to be a ski lift attendant.
I wonder if they have a union.
It's carny
adjacent.
adjacent.
It did seem lucrative. Got paid an extra $100.
Yeah, that was
wild.
wild.
Under the table, Colton.
Non-taxed.
I did like how Dan gets like real political as they contemplate working minimum wage jobs and if it's worth it to take the money, possibly lose your job or not. I was like, I'm glad.
And he's like, I would take the money. And I was like, you seem jobless, so I think that's a highly theoretical proposition.
Yeah.
You can't even afford a fucking ski pass, so what are you talking about? I'd do it. Fucking jobless fucker.
I mean, how expensive are ski passes? I don't even know, but if $100 is a good deal.
Oh, yeah. It's... I don't know how much it is going. Like, I feel like when you go skiing, the ski lift is usually, like, included. I feel like that's not
I've
really...
never seen that before.
Yeah.
Like,
the last
getting
time
a
I went
ticket
skiing
there.
was literally 18 years old, so...
I've never done downhill. I've only ever done cross
I love
country
cross-country
within,
skiing.
like, minor hills.
Yeah.
And last time I went, I was so uncoordinated. I put on one ski, and then I stepped, and I slipped backwards, and I landed on the ski and cracked the ski in half.
Oh,
God.
shoot.
That was
Did
it,
you have to pay for it, or was it your ski?
Nope, they allowed one replacement. And they said if you do it again, you have to pay for it.
One replace. That's awesome.
It was a genuine accident. I don't know how to ski.
I only ever did any of that stuff like in, I think, elementary school, or like grade 6, 7 or something. You go a couple times a year. And, like, of course, all the guys are like, oh, yeah, like, snowboard, man. I hate snow in general. Like, when I was a kid, like, if snow got in my boot, I'd just, like, cry. I just, like, hate being cold and wet.
You're weak.
I know. So, anyway, I went snowboarding, and then, this is the kind of info about me I love out in public. But who cares? Anything for you listeners, right? Yeah, so the entire day, I didn't make it past the bunny hill. So I was just like, all my friends were like skiing downhill or snowboarding downhill. And I was just on a bunny hill with like kids way younger than me. And I just they wouldn't pass me. They just were like, no, you can't. You're so bad that we can't trust you.
I never managed to snowboard very well either. Yeah. I definitely asked for it for Christmas one year from the Sears catalog.
Oh,
I got one of the cheap ones with like the plastic bindings.
I had the same
ones.
I
just remember the bindings would never lock in properly on my boot. So I'd be like halfway down and then one of my legs would come free. And yeah, there wasn't a bunny hill at the time when I was growing up there, but I never made it past Johnny Hill, which was the like smallest hill in the area.
That's awesome.
You could go down. There's just all these kids sledding near me. And I never even got close to the one up on base that was like treacherous.
It's a little difficult to like get used to it.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I never figured it out. I went many times trying to snowboard and I just never got it.
Well, I was always scared of skis because I was like, oh, your legs are apart. And then like, you're going to like break a leg or something. And all I remember since I couldn't snowboard the next time, they basically like this school like encouraged me, basically made me like, they're like, oh, you got to do cross country skiing. And then there was just this stigma of it where it's just like, oh, only the losers go cross-country skiing. Aww. And it was like essentially me and like just like very like bookish nerd girls cross-country skiing. It was very relaxing, I will say.
That's the demographic, though. You're right. Yeah.
So, maybe all you jock boys are just missing out on the good cross-country skiing.
Speaking of breaking a leg... How about breaking a leg from jumping off of a fucking chairlift?
Oh my god!
Me and Exilia were both.
That looked like
both
broken legs. Yeah, he looked absolutely wrecked from that jump. We never get a really good shot of how high up they truly are.
But they got to be pretty
high.
high.
Concept
because some of the shots are above the trees, like they're past trees.
Yeah, but there's not just like a unanimous tree height of every tree is 15 feet. It's I don't know how tall that birch is or whatever sort of tree it is, and we never get enough of like a really good shot from the ground where I'm like, okay, it's 40 feet. I would like to know how high they are up there, but I also think he just landed in like the worst way possible, just like flat foot on both of his legs.
I'm just wincing
on like an
incline,
But I almost for a minute didn't think it was that stupid because I thought he was just going to use his snowboard, and
Me
because if you
too.
do like a big jump and you're like a snowboard like stunt person or whatever, you will land from like that high and like not break your legs.
Might break
And I
your
thought he
ankles
was
or
gonna keep it
something.
on, and then he just like threw it on the ground. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess you're just gonna land on your feet, you fucking idiot.
That's what I was
Honestly.
thinking too. Yeah.
I thought he was going to impale himself on the snowboard.
Oh, that would have been gnarly too. It was gnarly.
Yeah, that would have been gnarly.
That would, but I thought I really liked the broken leg scene. Like, it was gnarly, and I was like, it was the viscera was real. I was like, oh, it just reminded me of my ankle breaking, and I was like, oh, this, even Auxiliary was like, this is disgusting. I did like a lot of shots on it where it literally just looked like they were sticking a pole out of a pair of like snowsuit. You're like, this doesn't even look like a bone. At one point,
And he's there with like his feet just down in the snow.
Buried in the snow,
yeah.
yeah, with this rubber bone sticking out that if you watch it, it's just kind of moving, like a bone doesn't move.
I also thought he volunteered way too early in the night to be doing that. Like, I would have waited out a little longer than, like, they were only there, like, I feel like 6 hours or so. Like, I'd wait longer than 6 hours to be like, I'm probably going to die on this jump, but I'm going to try it out.
They should have did a human rope, is what they should have
So
done.
Exilia brought this up because Exilia was like, why didn't she was like, why didn't he see how far it was if he hung down from the bottom?
Yeah.
And then she was like, or do a human rope. Like, why wouldn't they have done this? And it's a great point.
Well, because then they would need the low angle shot of like, oh, they're actually only 25 feet up in the air, and they could do a human rope and basically have a 4-foot drop, and it's not quite as dramatic, I guess.
I will say, I thought it looked pretty good. I did read like everything's practical, like they were on a ski lift. They basically like just shot it by being on the other ski lift, and which you could kind of tell because there was a lot of shots where it would be shaking as if the guy was sitting on another chair of the lift. But like, I just feel like now, like this would just be like someone in a green screen just sitting on a...
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Well, this didn't feel practical to me, weirdly enough, when I was watching it. It very much felt like, once again, where they weren't showing the distance from the ground, it felt like they built this ski lift 4 feet off the ground as a set. To me, is what it felt like the entire time, with like a Navy backdrop behind them, is what it felt like to me for most of the movie. And maybe it was the restrictions of how they could film it, or specifically wherever they were on the mountain. But if it was all practical and they were truly like 40 feet up in the air, they should have shot it way better, because the entire time I was like,
I don't know if they were 40 feet in the air. I didn't see that much. I just saw that they said it was like entirely shot like on location, practical. Like, I mean, like we said, it's probably like 4 feet off the ground realistically. But the only thing that really bugged me overall about like the look of it was the lighting inconsistency in it, because there'd be like all the power would go off and then all of a sudden it's just like brighter than when the lights were on. And I know they're probably like going to be like, oh, the moon or whatever, but it's like, it's stormy, it's cloudy, and it's like, I can almost tell that you just have like a giant spotlight shine, like shone on these guys. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this is pretty low budget, so I'm not going to like totally rip him apart for that. What did you guys think about, like, he's on the ground, the wolves? Like, we got to talk about the wolves. The wolves are like, you come for the ski lift, but you stay for the wolves.
They were so cute.
Yeah.
I love them.
Were there.
I just found it very bizarre because I don't know anything about ski resorts and stuff, but I was like, do they normally just put the like ski runs in places where there's like giant packs of like wild wolves all the time, like as soon as the lights go out?
In Labrador, yes.
They smelled the
do
blood.
They have a lot
like,
of ski resorts in Labrador?
It was just like
I'm
Jaws.
legitimately asking. I don't know.
They came for the blood.
Where I grew up, there was one that basically it ran for so many years, and they had the ski lifts and whatnot going up this tall mountain. But then by the time I was of age to ski, it was all closed down, and then it just became like cross country. But I mean, where the ski hill was is very much like probably about 15 kilometers out of town, and I mean, you see animals there all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like moose and wolves and caribou or whatnot, like up in that general area. So, I mean, is it impossible? No, but it's certainly convenient. Yeah, probably not very probable either. It's certainly not like an hour after the lights go off, I don't feel like, you know?
Listen,
like,
I don't give a fuck because we're getting wolves and they're awesome and they're not CGI wolves like you'd probably get nowadays.
It's true.
Perhaps.
Okay, but can we just say that Colton just brought up something that I think would have made the movie much scarier? A moose.
Whoa.
You wouldn't even need a pack of them. Just one moose coming over
One
and stepping
moose.
on his broken ass in the snow. Pff, he's fucking toast, man. That thing can crush a car. His little puny body does not stand a chance.
Moose, and he's had a taste of human blood now.
Yeah.
That'd be a great horror movie.
This movie writes itself.
He just goes galloping around the snowy hills every night after the lights go out, and you hear the howls, and the locals are like, "Oh, it's Johnny the Moose or whatever."
Johnny the Moose.
Elliot Moose is on the loose.
Elliot Moose. There you go.
I hope they have a sign at the bottom of the ski lift that's like, "Watch out for wolves, packs of wolves. Warning, they love human flesh." I don't know. I mean, as a gimmick, I thought it was kind of cool, just because, like, being X, like, it's like I said, this is just one of those movies that this should be the kind of movie that Mike says that Colton enjoys, right? It's one that you don't have to have any intelligence to watch. You just shut your brain off. It's a real simple plot.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's not obtuse.
I love
or
that
anything.
I've evolved from the misogynist movies to just stupid movies, low IQ movies. That's what I enjoy.
Colton's next pick will be The Man, just Statham punching giant sharks.
Absolutely.
Any movie where the screenplay was written with a crayon.
But I mean,
Ouch.
to me, like, we were having a good time. Like, the minute we saw the wolves, me and Ash were just like, "Oh shit!" Like, this guy's getting eaten, and like they ate him. It was hilarious. We were laughing the entire time.
Dude, that's brutal.
Just slopping it. You could just hear those sloppy sounds.
And they're just like screaming, listening to their friend get eaten.
Although, let's be realistic here. The friend, he's like kind of trying to pull some moves while the guy's getting eaten there. You know, he's like holding her tight. He's like, "Don't listen, girl. I got you."
I don't know about that, but
No, he's using her as a human shield so he doesn't have to see his boyfriend getting eaten.
Oh yeah,
You got it all wrong.
Yeah,
bro, you got it all wrong.
Ron
I
through
mean,
line.
they start blaming it on each other, maybe because they're jealous.
Yes,
maybe there
I'm
is a
telling
love
you,
triangle
this
here.
whole movie would have been 10 times better if they had just acknowledged that it's a love triangle.
A steamy threesome in the chairlift before all the horror kicks off.
They gotta. I mean, there's lots of ways they could have kept warm.
I mean, if you're dying of hyperthermia, paradoxical undressing is it happens.
I mean, I would be more concerned about the decisions made in this, such as all these guys. Well, let me bring this back. Dan entirely improperly dressed. He's just wearing a vest and a sweater.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you know
you're right.
what? Like, the wolves got him. He deserved to go. But the rest of these guys have ski jackets on, like full winter jackets, and not once do they think about just zipping them up some more. Like, they're all fashionably opened. Like,
put the hood up.
Yeah,
clavicles bared.
Yeah, all I can think about is, like, you know, ski jackets. Like, when I had one as a kid, like, you could zip it way up and you could put your face in it, and
oh yeah,
like, there's very preventable ways, because obviously frostbite is like the other enemy of this movie, you know, in this movie.
Yeah,
I wish they showed a little bit better. Like, don't get me wrong, makeup is pretty solid for parts of this movie, but no one's like flesh ever turns like oily and black, really. Like, even on the extremities and whatnot. I was expecting her hand by the end of the movie to be like completely black and basically be like, that got to be amputated even if you survive.
that could have been better. And that's just what I was gonna say. Like, the fact that you're smoking and you just like so haphazardly drop your only like mitten or glove down in the snow, that just made me so angry. Like,
did she drop her lighter as well?
She might have.
I think so, because she doesn't smoke. Like,
well, but basically I was like, does the movie acknowledge that, or does it just forget that she's a smoker and would have a lighter there to help keep you warm a little bit more. And
also so she could get her hand off the bar without tearing all the skin off of
And she has pockets, right? Or put it up in the
Yeah.
sleeve a bit. Also, things that could have been done.
Yeah.
When her hand was stuck to that bar, though, I was
Oh.
laughing so hard. Like, that was the thing, is like, it just gets more and more ridiculous as it goes, that I was having such a good time with it. Because I'm like, oh, you idiot, who just falls asleep with your hand on this pole? Have you never seen Dumb and Dumber? Like, what's going on here?
Have any of you guys ever got like your tongue stuck to a pole before?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, as a kid.
Well, why didn't she use her breath to kind of warm up her hand?
I was like,
to
just
take
spit
off?
on it. Wake him up and go, quick, keep
Talk to
spitting on
a-
my hand.
I was gonna say I just
say that when I'm not stuck to a pole, so you know.
Yeah, I ripped off a good chunk of my tongue meat as a kid with my tongue stuck to a pole, so bit of trauma.
Well, I do want to talk about another bodily fluid, some pee.
Rose, like, speaking of things that you scream at your partner.
Yeah, pee on me. No, I really thought that the friend, I was like, he's got to be like packing or something, because he's got a lot of layer of clothes on, and like he's not like in a position to really be able to pee off the edge, but he somehow is. So I'm like, that's got to be like a monster doll on him. Like, I was like, you got a lot of clothes you got to get through here, bud, and he's just going.
Well, it's just we don't have enough information to really assess it, because we didn't get a nice close up on it, like when Parker pees later on in the movie. You know, we need it to fill the entire screen so we understand what's happening.
Also, you don't even see the stream anywhere.
It's true.
Like,
nothing.
It's freezing before it hits the ground.
Yeah, it's like just literally like icicles flying out of his penis.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
He could have killed the wolves for his buddy.
Oh my god, he could have peed on her hand. Even better than spit. What am I doing? I'm just like such an idiot here. Like, there were so many things they could have done. Yeah, why didn't you just wake him up and go, please piss on my hand so I don't have to tear literally my entire layer of skin off? And it was on her right hand too, her like beaten guys off hand.
She probably wouldn't even got that far. She just like, please piss on me. He's like, stop, say no more. I got it. He's like, I got you, girl. I dedicate this to my boyfriend. Last time wish.
I know he'd want me to pee on him from all the way up here.
Oh, maybe she
I thought that
when
as
she
well,
peed.
Mike. In that shot where it's the close up of her peeing her pants, I'm like, man, Dan down below, he's in the splash zone for sure.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
His
He didn't
grave
make it,
being
but
desecrated.
maybe a foot and a half away from where
Yeah.
he dropped, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh wait, you know when they were like busting the ice off of it while he was still alive?
Yeah.
And it showed him and he was like, you know, putting his head down and it was like hitting him. That was like not the ice, that was like their frozen piss flying down on him.
We're gonna have to make the It Slays edit, you know? Well, it's the new cut of the movie. Just
The water
far more
sports edit.
perverse. Yeah.
Listen, the only movies that are worth watching are the perverted ones.
Yeah.
I just want to know, you know, as they got stuck up there, me and Auxilia were really contemplating. I was like, how does this resort making money? Because they're only open 3 days a week in the winter. They're like, no.
Peak season.
Yeah, peak season. And they're like, no, you know what? Friday, Saturday, and only a little bit of Sunday. That's all we need. So, maybe those memberships at this resort are wildly priced. Like, this has got to be a rich person's resort or something going on there.
I don't know. It looked pretty janky. Have you seen the fucking state of the chairlift?
Well, yeah, that's true.
It was janky at the very beginning. You just knew shit was gonna go down.
I thought the movie was going to be this, where everybody's stuck on the chairlifts, and as soon as it started, I was like, "This is gonna be insufferable."
Yeah,
with the
you're
other
right.
people like shouting at each other, and everyone's stuck up here, like. And all I knew about this movie is that there was wolves involved, because my mom was very upset by the wolves or scared by the wolves of this movie or something. So I knew there was wolves and that they got stuck on a chairlift just from the poster. And I was like, this movie's gonna be hilarious if it's 100 people stuck in the chairlift getting eaten by wolves, you know?
I think they should have stuck it out longer, really, because what would be warming me up would be I'd be thinking about the money I was gonna make when I sue the place afterwards. And, you know, you can just buy new skin or something. You can just grow some new skin.
It's called skin grafting.
Yeah.
You have it on your ass already. Like, you don't even need to grow new skin.
Yeah, there you go. And they'll hook you up. They'll hook you up with it. Yeah, no, I was going to say the only other note I had, just because when I was doing notes, I was writing also what Exili was just randomly saying while watching it. Exili did exclaim that she said this might be the most sexist movie she's ever watched. She was quite convinced that this might take the cake for anything we've done on the podcast.
Wow.
Okay, and do you want to know something? She's not wrong, but also it feeds into my theory and gives it more credit. And that's because even the guy that's going out with her doesn't really seem to care for her because they're fucking boyfriends.
Mm.
And then the other guy's jealous of her because she's getting the D.
And they're like using her to get the tickets and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. And he really didn't want her to come.
Yeah, and they're like, normally it's just some woman that we can like slip a 50 to and
hasn't been to $1 pitcher night in forever. Can't believe it.
$1 pitcher night is you haven't answered my WYD text at 2:45 a.m.
You up?
You up?
So did any of this was there anything in this that actually like you thought were good horror moments in it? Like
definitely.
Like to me, I've had this discussion many times before. It had a real fall effect with me where like I don't like heights. I get uneasy with even looking at a screen with heights on it. And I was just like, I wasn't having it. That did actually upset me.
Yeah, that fall scene where he's like falling is, I don't know, it's really tense actually. And also, what other scene? There's a couple of scenes, and especially with like, I don't know, even though the bone didn't look great, like sticking out of his leg and everything, when it happened, I was like, holy shit, I didn't expect it to go this far. You know what I mean? And then when the wolves showed up, I was like, I didn't expect this to like escalate either.
I couldn't help but think in those scenes, like, don't get me wrong, both your legs are broken. You're probably in shock a little bit. But I kind of felt like he should pull himself over to the snowboard and kind of slide down like his friend does later in the movie. I was expecting that. Like, let's toboggan down the hill, you know?
He's just a man, though. He's not smart like her.
I love Colton giving Dan, the man with broken legs, a pull up your bootstrap speech and just get it done.
I didn't expect him to stand up and put the bindings on and, you know, him basically be sideways going down the mountain, but just sitting on it or something. Like he's truly dead if he just stays there with two broken legs, you know, bleeding out. I thought he'd at least try and slide a little bit, but.
Well, but see, and here's the thing, and this goes back to a point I made earlier. They can't have him moving because the special effect requires him to be stuck in the snow with his legs down.
I know the reason, the filmmaking reason, but in the logic of the world, I was just like, really? Like, you're daring enough to jump 40 feet down, you know, full blow, like, you know, there's a good chance you're going to break your legs or break something. It happens. And he said, well, that's it. I'm dead. You know, he just rolls over, you know?
Let the wolves get me.
Just a minute before, he was so brave.
Okay, why didn't he also poop his pants? Oh, wait, I guess we don't know. He probably did.
Poop his
I would
pants
have literally
for
shat
what?
my pants as soon
or?
as I hit the bottom. I would have been like, I'm going to shit my pants and then go into shock and die.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a good chance that he did.
We didn't get a close-up to convey that or not, so
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Okay, like, sorry if you guys get stuck on a chairlift with me ever. But if I'm stuck down there with my legs broken and like dying in the snow, I will be bawling up at you to tell you, by the way, I just shit my pants, just so you know. There's no way I'm being stuck down there without you being updated on my bodily functions.
I feel like in a real life situation like that, if someone jumped down and broke their legs, there'd be a lot of pressure from the people still up in the chair to also try and jump down. There's a good chance if all three of us jump down, we're not all going to break 2 legs each.
Man,
Like,
I fucking love this. I love this. Steve.
Belly flop down,
It's true.
you think?
I was thinking, like, I would be resentful if I was him right now because it's like, okay, so whose turn is it now? Oh,
Yeah,
y'all are just gonna stand up there now?
this is such a hopeless scenario, right? Where it's like,
You're gonna die anyway. You might as well like fucking try something.
let's jump down and use Dan's body to like cushion the impact a little bit, you know? Like, I don't know.
I'm just picturing him, broken legs, wolves surrounding him, and
Oh my god, somebody drops down and gets impaled on his fucking
Well,
leg
no,
bone.
I'm just
I was
thinking of
thinking
him pissed and just yelling up and trying to convince them that maybe it won't happen to them and they should try.
Oh my god, he's like trying to bully them into committing suicide. It's like,
It feels like the plot of like a Monty Python movie.
The movie would have been so much better if he was screaming at his friends angry and jump down and help him.
Yeah.
That would have been great. The movie also would have been 40 minutes shorter, you know? Like,
They try other tactics. I mean, what's the friend's name again? I can't remember.
Joe Lynch.
Yeah.
Joe
Finch? I don't
Lynch. Oh, that's right, because the girl that he had sex with called him Lynch instead
Lynch.
of Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he tried to climb on the wiring, the cable car wiring.
Twice.
Why would the cabling be made out of razor wire, by the way? Is that legit? Like, I don't know. It
Let's
seems
Google
kind of
it.
crazy to me. Is it just so people don't do this? You know? That people
they're
don't
like,
like
if you
hang
get
off
stuck
the
up
wire
there,
as
we
you
would
go up?
rather you die than get off.
Yeah. Rather than like possibly risk a lawsuit of you hanging off of it and falling as you're going up the mountain. It was just a weird kind of flippant thing that they said right before he tried it. It's like,
Owner is sadistic, and the owner's like, I'd rather they try to jump and break their legs than climb on the ropes.
I found a whole Reddit post about this movie when I Googled it.
Oh, yeah.
And no, it wouldn't be. I'm going to link it to you guys because it's hilarious.
wow.
Yeah. I mean, the only other scene I can really think of that we haven't talked about, which I think's really kind of the like heartwarming moment in it, is when she finally gets down and she kind of has the stare off with the wolf. You know, I felt like she just really, like, they looked at each other. They sensed they were the same in each other's heart. The wolf just kind of leaves her alone while they're eating Joe. But, I mean, I know it's Joe, but I didn't think they did a very good job, like, explaining it was Joe. Because at first I was like, what if it's Dan? They've just dragged Dan's body down the hill or something.
Oh, I thought... Okay, I'm about to reveal myself to be very stupid. I thought that's who it was. And I was like,
so where
he
did
just
Joe go
ran-
for the rest of the movie?
I was like, he just fucking ran off and said, fuck her, and left her up there. I actually kind of respected it. I was like, oh yeah, he's like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
So we mentioned that obviously Dan couldn't have actually like been cool and stand up and snowboard down the mountain. I was disappointed that Joe didn't snowboard or ski down the mountain away from the wolves. Would have been way cooler.
That would have been cool.
So he still has to lose, but you know, at least we get the action scene.
Yeah,
of
that
him
would have
skiing
been
away from
been
the wolves.
tough.
That would have been wow. What a
but
highlight
we get an
of the movie.
off-screen death. So
Yeah.
that would have been cooler.
And I'm not going to lie, I didn't know how it was going to end. Like, I knew kind of Adam Green had, like, this kind of horror pedigree, and he's, you know, kind of well regarded. So I really thought, like, when she's climbing out into the road, I was like, oh shit, what if he just kills her? Like, she just gets hit by a car or something, and that's it.
It
That's
looked
the end
that
of her.
way.
Yeah.
They really like teased you with that. It looked like she
Oh,
was
they
gonna
do the
get
minivan
slapped.
spin big time. That was like, I was in a minivan winter car accident when I was a kid. It's
Oh,
just
damn.
like that. On the ice, just spinning around right into a snowbank.
Seems like this movie's bringing up a lot of childhood trauma. for you.
Listen,
Yeah.
you asked if this movie was scary, and I don't think the movie is scary. But what I will say is, growing up in Labrador, I do have a couple of like formative memories that are kind of like similar to this movie. For example, when I went caribou hunting as like, I don't know, in grade 4, when we were driving up the road to get to the area to unload our skidoo, there was like a huge timber wolf going through the snow right next to the truck. And that guy was huge, like absolutely massive. And I mean, we only went probably like an extra 5 minutes up the road away from him. So when we were hunting, I was just thinking, we got to get out of here quick because that wolf is not too far away and he was big. And then also, like as a kid going up to the cabin, like I'd hear wolves howling quite often. I've seen like 2 or 3 wolves on the top of a hill as you're like driving in, that sort of thing.
That's badass.
So wolves are a little scary. And then the groomer. We never talked about the groomer, like grooming the trail coming up, like driven by Kane Hodder, apparently, where they throw everything down at the groomer. But as a kid, if you're in Labrador and you're just whipping around on your skidoo in the middle of the night, as you might do, especially like when you're a teenager, I remember if you come face to face with a groomer where you're coming towards it on like a trail and the groomer's the entire size of the trail, you have to like veer very quickly, like off just into the woods, right? Because, you know, it's better to go off into the woods and get your skidoo stuck than just come face to face with a groomer. So there were a couple of things like that in this movie that I was like, they didn't nail those things by any stretch of imagination. But when you just asked if it was scary, I was like, oh, there was a couple things, you know, that not really for the movie, but more so just for life experience in Labrador, I guess.
Stay away from groomers at all costs. All types of groomers.
You don't want to meet them on a trail all by your lonesome in Labrador.
Nope.
Either groomers, the mechanical kind or the other.
I feel like I just spent way too much time in Newfoundland that at least twice during this movie, I literally looked at Exilia and just said, "Get at me, wolf." Because that's... I just...
Yes.
Donnie Dumphy just ruining wolves for me for the rest of my life.
That's great.
Oh, my.
I love that.
I mean, most of the time I was just there looking at it going, as a Newfoundlander, this is just a regular Wednesday in January. Like, this is not even that bad.
I feel like all I've done when discussing this movie is criticizing how people go down the mountain. But I know we've already skipped past that she's seen the wolves and whatnot. But sliding on your belly down the mountain / rolling down the mountain when there's skis, a snowboard, I don't know, walking to some degree, like, you know, it's the worst way to get down the mountain. I don't know why she's doing it like a baby seal across the ice all the way down.
She hurt her ankle, man.
I don't think she hurt it that bad, though. Like, it was just like
I mean,
stuck under the chair.
The whole
bit,
chairlift fell on her ankle.
Yeah, well, it didn't look. I mean, she got it pretty bad. Like,
because I was the opposite, where I was like, I don't get how she's moving this well when an entire chairlift fell on your ankle.
Man,
Stand
she had
up.
She had her thick, like piss-soaked snow pants on. There's a lot of cushioning there. She was fine.
Jeez.
Yeah, that shit was frozen then too, so it was like armor.
Exactly. So I don't know. It didn't look that bad to me. If this movie wanted to convey that it was bad, they should have put another rubber bone sticking out near her ankle.
Yeah.
Well, let's land the plane then. If you're new to the podcast, our rating system is nay, okay, yay, or slay. Mike, you're the only one that apparently has seen this before without knowing you've seen it. What would you rate 2010's Frozen?
Clearly, the fact that I saw this before and didn't realize it, but then also when I was watching it, could not remember anything that happened, even though I knew I saw it before, is kind of a spoiler alert for the fact that I found it just to be okay. I'm sorry. It's an okay for me. I think that, like, conceptually, it's a cool idea. And I don't have a fear of heights, but I'm almost there. I could have a fear of heights, but I don't know. It didn't really work for me. The actors were fine, but the characters were like kind of meh. And I just think that it would have worked a lot better for me if they had just been open about the love triangle of it all.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that the two men were very clearly gay lovers for their whole lives, and hence the wafts of misogyny because they resented her intruding on their dynamic.
Meddling woman.
Yeah. So, I mean, it did have its moments. Like the jump scene, of course, I found it a bit cringy. Not like cringy in a good way. Like I was physically cringing, like watching it. But I don't know. I was sort of like, okay, anyway, how many more minutes are left? It was a little bit of a nothing burger. Not as bad as the vicious one that we did row, but yeah, it was an okay for me. You know, it didn't live up to the concepts promise. But also, I don't know how it could. I feel like the concept was maybe good for a short film. Like, this would have been a nice, like, 20-minute film, I think.
Where all three of them jump at the same time after the one
Exactly. And then two of them die and one person doesn't. Like, that's fine. Yeah. I'm all for it. Ro, what about you? It's your pick.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, like, plot holes in this, like, stupid decisions made in it. And I'm kind of here for all of it. Like, I had a really good time with this. I said I see this at Value Village all the time. I have to make sure to pick up a copy.
Yeah.
Where's the 4K? Frozen 4K. Let's get it going. I just thought it was stupid fun. Like, you know, Heights always gets me going, and it's just like, I thought it was funny, and I don't know how often I'd rewatch this, but like, if someone hadn't seen it, like, to me, this is like the perfect, there's snow outside, I'm looking for like some sort of like easy watching snow horror. This is like the complete opposite of like, you know, The Shining or something. So I feel like I'm going to give it a yay. I really had a good time with it. I liked it. I'm giving it a yay. I should have mentioned before, but I said I watched that gondola movie that was the exact same thing. Girl's hand stuck on the metal, peels it off. Just exact. There's no way they didn't just rip stuff off out of this. So
wait, which came first though?
Oh, this one, the gondola one.
Okay.
The gondola one's from like 2019.
Oh,
and that one's completely CGI. Like, there's nothing real in it whatsoever. Yeah, but I had a good time with it. This is one of those yays. Like, it's on a strong yay. It's like a pretty low yay, but I had fun with it. It's a good time. 2000s and 2010s never let me down. Colton, yeah, why don't you let us know?
Wow, just an absolute banger all across the board, this one, you know? I will say there was one, like, actually kind of good scene in the movie with good acting and good writing, and it's a scene where Joe talks about being cucked by his girlfriend going for Dean when they're in the cafeteria and all this stuff. and he's telling her about this on the chairlift as the sun's coming up, and it was kind of like this magical little moment, and I was like, man, is this movie going to actually wind up being good in the end? And then, I don't know, 2 minutes after, it's stupid again, and he's monkeying across the wires and cutting his hands and coming back again, and I don't know. This movie's not very good. I think for a lot of it, I was like, this movie's pretty awful, but then I will say that I started to enjoy it a little bit at times. It was kind of so stupid that it was good. A little boring, so I can't get quite as high as Rowan. But I think the last line in the movie is, "You're gonna be okay," and that's what I'm landing on. It's an okay from me. Jill, where did you land on this one?
Okay. Yeah, I was dreading watching this one a little bit. I was like, there's no way in hell this is going to be good. So I threw it on kind of begrudgingly. And I think it's an unassuming little movie. I thought it was delightful. I'm going to give it a yay. And it's a solid yay because I also really enjoyed it.
Oh my God.
Was there stupid stuff? Yes. Did things not make sense? A lot of times, no. But it was really fun, and 90 minutes to me, I think it was a perfect length. I don't think it dragged on at all the entire time. And I have like the worst attention span ever, but the entire time I was like glued to this because I couldn't believe like how like gnarly and horrible it got. I don't know. It was just, I was really into it. I had a really fun time. So yeah, it's getting a solid yay from me. And also going back to what you said, Rowan, about like the early 2010s, early 2000s, it's an era of horror that we can't really have anymore. It's before we had smartphones. This would be ruined. This whole concept would be ruined with smartphones in it, you know, they would just like call for help or whatever. But I don't know, it just brings me back to like this simpler time when we didn't have that technology and we're just like having fun going skiing or snowboarding. And I don't know, I thought it was great. It's a yay.
Wait. Just so our listeners know, what did you give Under the Skin last episode?
I don't recall.
Girl.
Was it an okay?
Girl.
Did I give an okay?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can
But
tell you. Yes,
it's
you
the
gave it an
experience
okay.
for me. You know, like
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy Under the Skin. I was like bored. I was like, you know, looking like
I was just
phone.
joking. We don't need to relitigate Under the Skin again.
What I love is that Colton gets to hear a whole episode of how smooth brained he is and like only likes like stupid stuff, and then as me and Jill are just like, yeah, fuck yeah, wolves.
Yeah, there was fucking wolves on the side of a mountain, man.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
Love it.
There was a wolf, and it was real.
That's our bar. Okay.
You guys are going to love The Gray with Liam Neeson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I've got to see this.
Yeah.
So 2 yays and an okay. I think that's going to put that way above where it probably should be. But I love it for it. I just absolutely...
Wait, but you only recounted 3 reviews.
Yeah,
It's
I was
two,
like,
2
that's-
yays, 2 okays.
What? Yeah, 2 yays, 2 okays.
You didn't say that, but that's okay.
That's not what you said.
You'll figure it out in
jeez.
editing.
Well, whatever, or I'll just keep it in. That's okay. So with that, we told you what we thought about the movie, and we asked you what you thought, and we did get some responses. So we will start on Instagram. So we had Melanie St. George write in, and she said, yes, and I love it. Probably a yay. I would assume
Hell
maybe
yeah.
that yes was a yay. It said,
Let's
I
go.
watch this every winter, and I'm kind of there. I think this is
All
going
right,
to get
Melanie.
added to the winter watches. Friend of the podcast, Willow, wrote in also and said, question for Rowan. Did you only pick this film because it's at the top of Tubi's featured movies? I didn't know that, but someone pointed that out, and you know what? So be it. It's a banger. It's a banger.
That someone was me.
Over on Slasher, Shadows Walker 23 wrote and said, slay. The leg breaking scene makes me cringe every time. I mean, me and Exilia gave audible, like it was,
Same.
yeah, it was. It was
Gnarly.
brutal. Bree on Bluesky wrote in and said, I really enjoy this film. I really enjoy any film where a man is violently torn apart by wild animals.
Let's
Would
go.
make a
Yes.
would make a great double feature with Backcountry.
Colton looks disgusted right now.
Backcountry is a good pull, though.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Is that the one? Is there like that a bear or
Black bear.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
nice.
camping out it's like northern Ontario, getting stalked by a black bear.
have to add it to my short list or something? Bear attack movies.
Solid watch.
And we had 2 responses over on Facebook. NM Shears wrote and said, yay. This is my favorite movie for off-screen kills. You don't see it, but it's brutal. I'm assuming that's Dan when the wolves eat him, because you just kind of hear him screaming. And
That's Joe.
Oh, Joe. Yeah, I keep
Joe
getting
Lynch.
them mixed
Whichever
up.
one it is.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have one Joy Noble who wrote in.
Oh, God.
And they said, this movie for me was a slay. Living in Labrador, seeing wolves in the wild here, and knowing how cold it can get during winter, then to add the element of being held captive on a little bench for days, crazy. This movie actually terrified me, to be honest. Loved the writing and felt like this could really happen.
Taste.
Thanks, Mom.
Your mother has taste.
Yeah.
Clearly you don't.
Joy is over on our side on this one.
I'm going to have a stern talking with her, considering she thought this movie had great writing.
You leave her alone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, especially now I feel bad, because what if she, you're like, hey, Mom, can you read this for me? And she's like, oh, that's great, Colton. This is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to bring me right back to Frozen.
So with that, let's jump on over to the horrific hotline where Nicholas called in. I know he was saying he was hoping on the episode that some of us were wolf experts because he didn't know anything about wolves. So
Colton is.
let's hear what he had to say.
Okay, so I've seen Frozen now. I didn't know anything about the movie, to be honest. I only knew it from a meme a few years ago when people compared it to like the Disney Frozen and were like, well, I watched the wrong movie with my 3-year-old daughter. And going into it with nothing more than your little talk about it last week, I have to say, the beginning, I was impressed. It sounded like a cool premise, like one of those survival movies similar to the one where the people are stuck on the tower. Or since well, at some point, wolves turn up. It sounded a bit like, for example, The Shallows or different movies. However, I have to say, the movie couldn't really keep what it promised over the runtime of 90 minutes. I think it would have been great as a 30 to 45 minute short movie.
Yep.
But overall,
with Mike.
Some of the lengthier dialogue scenes were a bit boring, and they were very limited in what they were able to do. And overall, I felt that scenes like the frostbite, how do they get food, or how can they actually sleep in the cold, are way too underrepresented in the movie. I would have hoped for more different ideas, like, for example, maybe someone comes up to the idea of not just using their gloves, but maybe their jacket to swing along the cable, but therefore they need to get out of their jacket, which is cold. I'm no expert on wolves, but I think that wolves don't behave like that. Call me a liar. I'm not sure. Overall, the movie felt very unrealistic.
Anti-wolf propaganda.
After about 40 minutes. And that is why I couldn't really take it seriously in the second half, paired with some lengthy dialogue scenes I already mentioned, landing me at an okay. So I had a good time overall watching the movie, but I don't think that I will watch it again. I was a bit surprised that is by the same guy who made like all the Hatchet movies, which from memory I at least enjoyed the first one a whole bunch. But it has been like 10 years since I saw that. So yeah, good, or well, no, okay pick, but hope to see you guys maybe discuss Hatchet at some point down the line, so I have a chance to rewatch it. What do you think? Maybe, maybe not. Also, is there a actually good wolf horror movie? I don't know. Like not werewolves, normal wolves? Who knows? Let me know or cut this part if it's too long for you. Anyways, hope you are going to have a great Christmas time starting now, or Advent time. And looking forward to maybe an even more Christmassier pick.
Well, you'll have to stand by until the end of the episode for the Christmassy pick. But does anyone have any wolf movies? Like The Grey, literally, with Liam Neeson. It's not a horror movie, but it's essentially a bunch of men stuck in, I believe, like the Arctic, or maybe, northern Russia. I think that's also the Arctic as well once you go up there. But I believe it's like a survival movie where they're slowly getting picked off by a pack of wolves. And I remember it also being like contrasting with like him dealing with like personal baggage that it upset some people that I saw it with. I remember them like bawling their eyes out from the movie about the wolves picking the men off at night. But in terms of like a creature feature with wolves, I think it always veers in the werewolf territory.
Yeah,
from what I can think of.
I'm looking it up. The only one I kind of see is that Hunter x Hunter that came out a couple of years ago. I think that was a Shudder.
I saw that.
With Devin Sawa and Nick Stahl. Oh, jeez.
I watched that when it first came out on Shudder at the time, but I can't remember really anything about it now. But it is right. That's still like, God, I thought that was still like a werewolf thing.
Maybe
it
is.
Anyways,
I don't know anything about it. Literally everything else that it suggests is a werewolf movie. I literally just looked up wolf horror movies, and that was it. So this might be it. Frozen might be it. It might be the first and maybe the last till Colton works on the sequel for this. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. You've got a full career.
I'm gonna have a busy off season when I'm finished work this year.
Labrador, you can just shoot at home. Just go
Labradorer. Whoa, it's a new genre. Keep your eyes peeled. If you want to be like Nicholas and send us a voicemail, you can do so by sending it to us at itsslayspodcast@gmail.com, or you can get it to us on our socials at itsslayspodcast@gmail.com. Basically, if you get us a voicemail, we'll make sure that it makes the air. And if you're not doing so already, you can follow us on our socials at itsslayspodcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Slasher, Letterboxd, Threads, Bluesky, TikTok. I don't know. If there's a social media, we're probably there at It's Lay's Podcast. And if you want to help support the show financially, like our horror hounds Holly, Nicholas, Mark, Steven, Dan, Brian, Trevor, and James, gain access to the Patreon exclusive show Stream Screams, hosted by Jill, that I don't even know when the last episode was. You know, get episodes of the main show 48 hours early. Be sure to head on over to patreon.com/itslayspodcast and choose whatever tier works best for you. Rowan, we didn't really talk about the music in this movie too much. A little bit of like indie rock stuff. But anything gonna make the playlist?
What are they called? Like dirty mall wolves, dirty mall rats? I don't know. They should have bands only with the name Wolf in them, and that should have been their list. I don't remember anything from this. I'm not sure if anything will make it on this, but there's lots of stuff there from other movies we've talked about, and you can find out if I do add anything by going to the It's Lay's Podcast horrific playlist on Spotify. If you have any problems finding it, you can go to any of the social media that Colton just mentioned, go into the bio, click the Linktree link, and there's a button that'll take you directly there. We upload scores and licensed music from iconic horror movies we review, or just horror movies we love. So follow it. I update it regularly and get your spooky music on, because why the hell not? And all that is left is exactly what Nicholas was anticipating. What is our Christmas pick? And I mean, really, we were like, we had such a good time with Frozen. Let's just do Frozen again, because, you know, behind the curtain here, I'm looking at this. We almost a 3-hour recording session on Frozen, and we took a little break, but it wasn't that long. So we just love Frozen over here. You know, Let It Go, Let It Snow. I don't know what the song is.
Oh my God.
Let It
I don't
Snow.
know.
You have a child. There's no excuse.
My child made me watch it, and then after we watched it, was like, yeah, I don't even like that movie. And
my
it's like, oh,
okay, period.
Sweet. But yes, we have a Christmas pick coming, and we have decided on Christmas Evil. So yeah, get that in your eye holes, and we'll be back to celebrate the ha 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 ho 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 holiday. And yeah, that went where I didn't think it was gonna go.
You gotta keep that all in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, get that into your eye hole, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. As always, thank you for all the support. I'm your humble host, Rowan.
Bye, it's Mike.
I'm Colton.
Bye, it's Jill.
See you later.